Teyana Taylor just dropped a savage truth bomb. She's not just moved on from Iman Shumpert, she's laughing about it now. In a bold, unexpected moment, she called her marriage a mistake and didn't hold back. She's now linked to a new man, Aaron, and fans are stunned at how different he is. This isn't just tea. This is a full-blown roast session, and Teyana seems like she's finally free. There was a time when Teyana and Iman were seen as relationship goals. Everything about them looked perfect. From the outside, they were stylish, successful, and always smiling. They got married in 2016, built a beautiful family with 2 daughters, and even let fans into their world through a reality show that looked like pure love. People admired how supportive they seemed, how they celebrated each other in public, and how they gave off that unshakable power couple vibe. But even back then, there were whispers. Rumors about Iman stepping out. Moments where fans noticed Teyana going silent online, or showing up to events alone. Still, she stayed. For her, kids, for the family image, and maybe for herself too. She tried to hold it all together, but slowly, the cracks got too big to hide. When the breakup was finally confirmed, it felt like a punch to the gut for fans who had believed in their love. But while most expected silence and privacy, Teyana surprised everyone. Instead of hiding, she started showing a different side, a lighter one that didn't look broken or bitter, just real. And then came the moment that broke the internet. On a recent podcast, when the host casually asked if she had any regrets, Teyana laughed. Not a fake laugh. A real belly laugh, like someone who had finally made peace with the past. She looked right at the host and said, "Yeah, marrying the wrong person." She didn't say Iman's name, but no one needed her to. The message was loud and clear. She followed up with, "You live, you learn, you laugh. I've done all 3. That clip went viral within minutes. Fans were shocked, excited, and low-key, proud of her. It wasn't the petty kind of shade. It felt like release. Social media went into full breakdown mode. People started pulling up old clips, piecing together signs, decoding interviews and lyrics. For years, it seemed like Teyana was trying to keep the peace, protect her family, and swallow her pain. But now, she was letting go. Not with bitterness, but with a sense of freedom. And in the middle of all this, a new name started popping up: Aaron. At first, it was just whispers. A few blurry photos, a couple of insiders mentioning his name in passing. But the more people saw, the more curious they got. Who was this man who had Teyana smiling again? Aaron, from what sources say, is nothing like Iman. He's low-key, mature, and completely out of the spotlight. No flashy lifestyle, no public drama. People close to Teyana describe him as the calm after the storm. He shows up for her, quietly and consistently. They've been seen at a few private events, and fans couldn't help but notice how at ease she looked with him. No tension, no performance, just peace. He's apparently very private, very grounded, and very supportive. The exact opposite of everything she had to deal with in her marriage. Friends say Aaron isn't trying to compete with Iman or chase clout. He's just there, solid, kind, and present. After years of emotional roller coasters, that kind of steady energy must feel like a blessing. People around her even say she glows differently now. Not the glow that comes from makeup or fame, but the kind that comes when your heart finally feels safe. Iman Shumpert has been conspicuously silent ever since Teyana Taylor began speaking out about the breakdown of their relationship. Despite the public drama unfolding, there have been no interviews from him, no cryptic posts on Instagram, and no passive-aggressive tweets. On the surface, it seems like Iman has chosen peace, opting to stay out of the spotlight and avoid engaging in any online drama. However, insiders suggest that the quietness is just a facade, and the truth is far more complicated. Far from being at peace, Iman is reportedly furious with Teyana's public revelations. He never anticipated that she would speak out in such a direct and emotional way, especially since they had supposedly agreed to keep their issues private for the sake of their children. To Iman, her decision to air their dirty laundry for the public to see feels like a personal attack, an act of betrayal that has left him embarrassed and humiliated. On the other hand, those close to Teyana believe that she has been silent for far too long, bearing the weight of her struggles alone while protecting Iman's image at the cost of her own mental and emotional health. They argue that Teyana had been shielding him from the public scrutiny for years, while he continued to break her spirit behind closed doors with his actions. Now, as she finally finds the courage to speak up and reveal the truth about their relationship, she's being accused of doing too much. This has left many people who know the full story feeling frustrated and outraged at the unfairness of the situation. Teyana had been the one to protect the facade of their perfect family and marriage, but now that she's choosing to prioritize her own well-being, she's being criticized. The public's reaction has been divided, with fans passionately supporting Tiana and her decision to stand up for herself. On social media, particularly on Twitter, people have been celebrating her newfound freedom. One user tweeted, "That laugh said everything she was too classy to post during the breakup," referring to a viral moment where Teyana seemed to show her joy and relief in a way that was both subtle and powerful. Another fan wrote, "Watching Teyana finally live soft and free, we love to see it." These sentiments reflect a collective admiration for Teyana's apparent rebirth, her ability to move on from a painful chapter in her life and reclaim her narrative. For many, her actions signal the start of her soft girl era, a time when she can focus on healing, self-love, and embracing her worth without the weight of a toxic relationship holding her back. Fans are rallying behind her, defending her right to speak her truth and live her life on her own terms, free from the constraints of a public image that didn't serve her. However, not everyone feels the same way. There's another faction of people who believe that Teyana's public revelations are unnecessary, particularly when children are involved. Some critics feel that airing out the messy details of a personal relationship, especially when there are young ones at the center of it, is something that should be kept private. They argue that Teyana's openness about the breakup, while perhaps cathartic for her, is still a form of kicking Iman while he's down. For these individuals, the drama and public attention may only cause more harm, both for the family and for the children who will eventually be old enough to read the headlines and understand the fallout. Among the speculation is the question of Teyana's motivations. Is she truly healing and taking control of her narrative, or is this all part of a calculated marketing strategy? Some fans have begun to wonder if her recent moves, her appearance on a popular podcast, her social media posts, the timing of her interactions with Aaron, are part of a grander plan to set the stage for something bigger. Perhaps Teyana is positioning herself for a creative project like a new album, memoir, or even a documentary. These theories suggest that her public response may not just be a way of healing, but also a strategic move to reintroduce herself to the world in a new light. Some believe it's a soft launch for something bigger that will give her the platform to tell her side of the story, without the constraints of public opinion or media manipulation. TikTok, as usual, has been buzzing with these kinds of theories. Creators on the platform are dissecting every moment and every interaction, analyzing Teyana's body language in old interviews, scrutinizing the lyrics of her songs for hidden messages, and even trying to piece together the timeline of her relationship with Aaron. Some fans speculate that Teyana may be moving on too quickly, questioning whether it's too soon for her to publicly be involved with someone else. Yet, many others believe that she deserves to move on however and whenever she chooses. free from judgment and expectations. As fans continue to share their theories and dissect her every move, one thing is clear. Everyone is paying attention to how Teyana navigates this new chapter in her life. Her every decision is under a microscope, and the world is watching closely. On the flip side, Iman's silence might not last for long. Insiders say that Iman is likely planning his own response to the public fallout. Rumors have been circulating that he's been in talks with a streaming platform, possibly to tell his side of the story in a docuseries or a podcast. If he does decide to speak out, it could either help calm the drama and provide a more balanced perspective, or it could reignite the conflict and bring even more attention to the situation. His silence may have been strategic up until now, but as the public scrutiny intensifies, it seems likely that Iman will eventually want to share his side of the story, especially if he feels like his image has been unfairly tarnished. As both Teyana and Iman navigate their respective journeys in the public eye, one thing is certain: the drama surrounding their breakup is far from over. Whether it leads to more revelations, more public confrontations, or a creative outpouring from Teyana, the world is eagerly awaiting what happens next. Tiana has already proven that she is capable of turning pain into art, and her fans are hopeful that whatever comes next will be just as powerful, raw, and transformative as her previous work. The stakes are high, and the next move from both Teyana and Iman could define how this chapter of their lives unfolds for years to come. As for Aaron, some say he and Teyana might go public soon, maybe even do an interview together. If that happens, it could spark serious backlash or a wave of support. Depends on how the story is told, and how it overlaps with the timeline of her marriage ending. This isn't just celebrity drama. It's a whole story of healing, moving on, and reclaiming your peace. And honestly, it's kind of inspiring. Watching someone laugh after years of silence, that's strength, that's growth. And that's the kind of energy that makes people believe they can survive anything too. So what do you think? Was Teyana's laugh a petty jab or a power move? Is Aaron the real deal, or just a rebound that feels right for now? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's talk about it. Hit the like button if you believe in healing and second chances, and subscribe for more celebrity stories that dig deeper than the headlines. Because if this is just the beginning of Teyana's new chapter, you know the rest is going to be wild.